Tonight I am going to talk about the disadvantages of technology on education according to the Bible and the Christian point of view. I think from all times or from modern times, the biggest problem technology has caused to education, one of the things is the television. We don't really count television as technology because when we think about technology we think about new things like the internet or the cell phones or all the other new technologies, but television has been among us for quite a while, quite a long time, and television has taken a lot of the time of the youth time that they should have spent on doing homework, studying, reading, or even helping around the house. I think television, even what I have read, is that television is the box of the evil. When when young people are done with watching television, they are already too tired to do anything else because they watch many hours of television. The first ideal of God's plan for education was Him being the teacher, nature being the textbook, and that was at the beginning of times in heaven, in the Garden of Eden, with Adam and with Eve. But they disobey God, so they have to leave the garden and come to this earth. And after sin, still it was God's plan for humanity to have His revelation as the textbook and nature to be to be studied by them. Nowadays, technologies have or are in everyday in our everyday life. We use technology on everything, and technology, I think, it gets us farther away from studying God's ideal of education because we are, I think one of the biggest problem is the time because technology takes most of our time and we don't take enough time for praying and for spreading God's gospel because we are too busy with the internet, with the computers, with the cell phones, with the television, and with all sorts of technological supplies. I think being exposed to the internet is one of the other bigger problems of technology. I'm not saying that internet is a bad thing. Internet is a good thing. But the problem is that internet offers many bad things too. And once you get into the internet, it's hard to get out of it. Internet offers pornography, offers exposes children to bad friendships. Also, there are many bad people on the web, on the internet, chasing our young Christian students. And also music is a bad problem because there we are supposed to listen to Christian music, and in the internet and with the technological appliances, Christian students spend a lot of time listening to music, playing video games that the only thing they cause is get the students away from religion, the religion part of education. The after our first parents, Adam and Eve, left the Eden garden because of the sin. After that, God give prophets school. So he gave the prophets the revelation to teach the young, the students, and they still work with nature, and they did handiwork, and they read the Bible, because the Bible is supposed to be our main textbook for every subject. Because if you want to study geography, you can use the Bible. If you want to study, obviously, religion, the Bible is the biggest revelation for religion. You can study social studies with the Bible, even some principles of math and physics, and all kinds of subjects you can study it from the Bible. And with technology, we were getting far away from that principle. It was also God's idea that kids, students, young children spend time with the family, with the mother, at least the first part of their growing. They were supposed to study at home, learning by doing, and learning by studying the Bible scripts with the family. When Jesus came to be our Savior as a Messiah, he learned from his father and his mother at home. As we know, he studied the scriptures at home, and he learned handiwork at home. That was the ideal. That when he went to the church at that time, he knew a lot more than the regular people, because he did the ideal of what school was supposed to be, education was supposed to be. Homeschooling is one of the Christian homeschooling is one of the principles that God left us as an example when he was on this earth. I also think that, relating to this, that technology is getting us far away from that first principle, first idea of education that we get from God. Young people as well as adults are exposed to technology day and night, and they take little time to pray. They are too busy with technological products. Even though technology can be good for spreading God's gospel, it's a good tool to support education. It is easier to get carried away and get wrong the soul of the students. As we said before, the principle of Christian education is to follow God's character as a model of teaching for the students, to follow his love. And the principal textbook for education should be the Bible. The impact on technology on education. Thank you.